God is a spirit of ordinance. Nothing makes men very powerful on earth like understanding ordinance. Nothing. The power of God's power is ordinance power. Write on your paper. God's omnipotence is ordinance omnipotence. Let me help you quickly by telling you that spend time to study ordinance and reduce emotions. Reduce it. What I mean is that learn how things work. The Bible said there's an ordinance of the day. There is ordinance of the night. There are ordinances of life. God prefer to keep ordinance than to break ordinance because of miracle. The other day I was saying, the sun knows when to rise and when to go down. A young lady, a young man want to come to marry want to marry a lady, and the lady, because she cares about her life, she started probing into the man. What is called the CV, the resume. Who are you? Where do you come from? What do you do for living? I love you, but I have to live with these things. So I want to understand it. Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Is there madness in your root? Huh? The background check. Are there madness in your root? How many girls have you engaged before you met me? Do you have a baby mama outside? And then the man, and then the guy is angry. Excuse me, he is angry because you're coming to ordinance. You're coming to something that is stronger than love. Something that if you didn't ask it, you will meet it in the marriage. He said, what is your position in the family? How many idols are in your village? You have not said no, but you have not said yes. Because somebody is coming to the only life you have. And then he said, don't care about it. I have never seen where they made a coffin and they put two people inside there. When I know that people lie, is when they say husband and wife are one. And then when one die, the other one is still living. Then that's not oneness. What should be oneness is that when one person die, and the other one should be killed. That is 1 plus 1 is 1. So someone should not die and another person is still living. That is not one. And if it is correct, then you should open your eyes. Look at what happened in that story. Look at what happened. Excuse me. Some of us who like emotions. Elijah was following Elisha, and the chariot took Elijah. And that chariot didn't return back for Elisha. That chariot didn't return back. Elisha died and was buried. Because that particular chariot should only carry Elijah. God, who is the spirit of ordinance, didn't pay attention. He paid to Moses on Joshua. Why will he pay it? Why? It's not possible. I've never seen two people who have the same destiny. Not even marriage can make us have the same destiny. Not even marriage. So we should be very careful. And because God is protected by ordinance, so he doesn't trifle with it. In fact, those who trifle with ordinance are not powerful people. That's why they always things you make personal. They are not powerful people now. I said they are what? They are not powerful people. Your power, the power you have on earth is in your relationship with ordinance. When Samuel came to the family of Jesse, David have left his brothers and went to work. He has already gone out. So don't even trifle with something. You know, when you talk about ordinance, you're talking about peculiarity of men. You're talking about change of times. You're talking about diverse abilities. You're talking about the difference between a Yoruba man and an Igbo man and an Hausa. The difference between a Briton, an American, and a Russian, a Jew. These things will always be different. And the support of God will always be different. The sun will always be different from the moon. And even the moon different from stars. That's ordinance. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. All the people that went far in life, none one person trifled with it. That's why you don't joke with what is called the ordinance of relationship. Excuse me, some of us are not tenacious enough yet on how to hold strong to something that pertains our life. Please, I'm going to jump out from it. Be consistent in your tying and in your separation. It's a function of power. I say it's what? It's a function of power. Are you not seeing that the weather is changing now? The sun is moving. Are you not seeing that the night is trying to come? Are you not seeing it? Are you not seeing that something like a little cold is coming because the sun is departing? Now let me ask you a question. Did they take permission from us? I said, did they take permission? I told somebody, I said, if you're a woman and you have a daughter, puberty means she can marry now. She's not like a man. And you saw a girl who is subjected to puberty season, and say she's a small girl. Small girl where? I don't want telling her who is small girl. Has nature not told you that she's not small? She's not a small girl. And after nature told you, you still say she's small. Huh? No, she's not small. She's not small anymore. Nature have already told you. And nature told you. Nature brought her into it. And nature is telling you that it's going to go out at a particular age. That opportunity to conceive, that she's going to lose it. With time. And then a mother who knows this is playing with that in between. If you're playing with that in between, then you're not a real mother for your daughters. No, you're not real. You see, because by a chemical process, we don't have respect for you. The church is great. Huh? Huh? That is why there are people who don't share with. No matter how I am liberal, there are things I will never say. I know it since about 28 years. It's not now I know it. That is why I don't get sick, because I have to hide in it. That is that are my hiding place. The moment I know it, I hide in it. And then set boundaries on. Don't you see the way I teach? I don't elaborate some things. He asked me to help you to understand that the reason that the Lion of Judah should come is because the church is trifling with ordinance. Why vengeance should take over grace and truth is because emotions is overflowed in the church. He say, the reason that I say okay, I say make I manage them, they live with them. It's just because it don't they have patience. Patience where? Who asked you to give in church to have patience? Who asked you to give a murderer? Who asked you to give a murderer opportunity of patience? And if you know that ordinance rules the earth, why wouldn't you project something that is your capital? And is everything your capital? It's not possible. You are a girl and you are going to get married. There must be 3 things you present to the world that must attract a man. And those things represent your value, and you must showcase it continuously. Now, if somebody say, I love you, and he didn't mention 3 of them, then he has not mentioned what you kept. Wait. Even if a man didn't marry you, don't still lose it. There are some values that when you lose it, you have denied your life permanently. I said there are certain values. That is values that you spend time to build on. If you lose it, then you have lost your life permanently. There's no prayer that can restore it. That's ordinance. I told that pastor, I said, why will my name be more popular than who I am? When you say Christian, someone should know that this is me. If it's not true, then I've lost my life. If they say Christian and there are no character attached to that name, there is nothing said about that name to represent the value of that name, I will believe I'm lost. And I will not get lost. You saw this face on the billboard, driving down up, and nothing comes to your mind about this image, I will believe I'm lost. Because the ordinance of that life is stronger than that life. The ordinance of that life. Far stronger. Makes more meaning. Is even the only reason. Why we in that keeping of the husbandmen of the vineyard, first servant to win, second son, the man. The separation is ordinance. 4 of them will never be the same thing. Their treatment was different. Their treatment was different. That's why if you're a man, give your wife her place. Very seriously. Give your wife her place in the midst of maids. Well, if something is important to you, people should know it. Some things are unforgivable. Do you know why some people go to grave? Because they break the ordinance of death. I mean the ordinance of life. Wherever you see people sinking, they crush the ordinance of success. They just say it doesn't matter. How? Ordinance is something that make you to float above board. And it should be protected. I am shepherd, and you want to treat me the way I should not be treated. You will face pain. Terrible pain. I will never forgive it. That is why some people are alive and they are judged. What quick judgment means, God and his value are treated the way they should not be treated. When you say chapter 3 verse number 10 of the book of Matthew, and ass is upon the tree, because God have already invested on that tree. And the relationship between God and that tree is not on love, it's on fruit bearing. On fruit bearing only. And then the tree was dancing around the throne of God. I said, God, you love me too much. Even if I don't bear fruit, you still love me. Your love is without condition. God said, your love is that I will kill you. Excuse me. You don't know how God gets angry when you want to deny him the opportunity to be a king. He looked at the tree and said, with all the rain I sent to you, give you money. and then allow you a space on earth. Allow you, because that's what the Bible called encumbering the ground. And I allowed you a space on earth, expecting something. All this was in expectation, not in love. Then the tree refused to bear fruit. Then he said, you will not live. How many, let me ask you a question. I'm going to leave it. How many people think that way? How many believers? How many believers know that ordinance is more important to God than love? That is why when he loved Jesus so much, Jesus knew that is a business love, that he need to die for the love to continue. He must produce value for God. So when he went to cross to die, was God saying, don't die? Was he saying, my son, just stay, I love you so much, don't die? God already knows, Jesus already know God. He already know how God think. So he quickly died. Somebody. Because you know that God will go away and deny him. Because it's a spirit of ordinance. Don't you clap your hand? Did you look at things like that? Now what happened to Isaac now? When he told Esau, to go and bring furniture, and Esau was moving up and down in the bush, Jacob arranged quick. I said, Jacob, arrange quick. And then brought. The furniture was smelling. The furniture was already smelling. And the man was hungry. And he started saying, the person that is talking. He said, this voice. He said, the person talking, this is Jacob talking. But his body is here, like the cloth of. Can't you ask me why the man didn't care anymore? The man didn't care anymore because the furniture was already on the ground. And that was the condition for giving the blessing. I thought you should clap hand for what I just said. So as long as that furniture was there, details was no longer important. No, details was no longer important. Every day people go up and people come down. Now the other day somebody said that Wike is notorious. Wike is that. And excuse me, that we can mini. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Does Tinubu care?
At all.
Huh? Why will a man of result care about trivialities? Somebody didn't clap for what I just said. I say, why does a man of
Results.
cares about?
Trivialities.
It's not possible. You cannot be great and still mind so many things. May God open your eyes to know what matters. In the mighty name of Jesus. I said, those who neglect ordinance romance with destruction. Those who neglect ordinance romance with those who neglect ordinance romance with destruction. Everything that is on earth is made subject to time. That's ordinance teaches it. Ordinance teaches stability and variations. The way things are. Time to die and time to live. Time to plant and time to harvest. Time to smile and time to be sober. Time to sleep and time to walk. Ordinance.